Hey, ADHD journal. Pimple patch, not cultural appropriation, okay? Just saying. Listen, I don't know if that was offensive. If that was, I'm sorry. I say things I shouldn't say sometimes. But freaking out today because I've had 2 days of rotting in bed in ADHD overwhelm, ADHD paralysis, and I'm finally getting back to existing today. I'm fortunate that I had 2 days to rest. Of course, I recognize that, but I'm getting back to the getting back to the run of things, and it's hard for me to immediately jump back in and just have a schedule ready for me to tackle a task one by one, because what usually happens is I go back to my normal week of productivity, but everything bombards me with equal urgency. So it feels like I have to do everything right now, right this moment, and if I don't do it, I'm gonna die or something's gonna happen and it's gonna be my fault and I'm gonna be in trouble. And I suck. That's the repeating inner thought. I suck. I suck. I suck. I suck. So, both my laundry bin baskets from last month are yelling at me to fix them and calling me incompetent because how has it taken me this long to get to them? Pathetic. Pathetic. Oh, and what else? I need to clean up my entire office right this moment because it cannot stand to be this cluttered one single day more. So yeah, those kind of thoughts, freaking me out. It happens. It happens and I spiral and I end up wasting a day that could have been productive trying to decide how to even start. How do you start eating an elephant one spoon at a time? My English teacher used to say, which by the way makes no sense. Why would you eat a fucking elephant and with a spoon at that? But the point stands. Break it down into smaller chunks. So what I've done is I've come up with this little 4-quadrant list, which helps me sometimes when I'm like spiraling and I don't know what to focus on. So any sticky note, 4 quadrants. On the upper left corner, which is the first corner you usually read, because you read left to right? I hope, unless it's a different language. Critical and consequential. These are going to be tasks that must be completed today. If they're not, there are consequences. Duh. But you can only pick 1 or 2 max per day, unless you don't have the liberty to limit it to 1 or 2. If you need to do more than 1 or 2, then perhaps you might burn out. And you might not be able to fit in the rest of the boxes for that day, and that's okay. You gotta do what you gotta do to survive. You gotta do what you gotta do to survive. Respect that, okay? You're doing a lot, and I'm proud of you, okay? The next quadrant, if you're able to that day, if your time allows, is important, but brain heavy. These are the things that you know you need to do. Sooner, better than later. But they're just so boring and so dull that you can't get yourself to start because your brain fucking cannot get yourself to start. Like there isn't enough dopamine in there to get you to start on them. So these are 2 to 3 per day as time allows. And something that you can do to hack your brain to get started on those things is to have a little small reward for when you complete them. So maybe it's going to your favorite coffee shop afterwards and buying a coffee because you completed that task. Or maybe it's allowing yourself to sit for 10 minutes in complete silence staring at the wall, if that helps. Or maybe it's giving yourself a sticker. Sometimes the sticker system helps. I'm just saying. Or allowing yourself 10 minutes of scrolling through shopping websites if that makes you happy. 10 minutes though, you gotta put the timer, babe. Because I know you're gonna say, oh, it's just 10 minutes. You're gonna be all afternoon on your phone. I'm watching you. And yes, I have a patch on my neck because of neck pain. 2 to 3. The next one is refueling or self-care. These are activities that you should do ideally every day to ensure that your nervous system is balanced. To make sure you don't crash out on someone unsuspectedly and unfairly. To make sure that you don't respond to a stimulus disproportionately. These are activities like, if you really must write it down, wash your face. Wash your face. And while you're washing your face, tell yourself something good in the mirror, like, I'm proud of you for because I know it's hard to remember to do that sometimes when your brain is telling you that everything is urgent and you must do it now. So wash your face. Sometimes it's just doing mobility drills like cat-cow yoga moves so that you don't have back pain chronically. Those kind of things are self-care. Sometimes it's a bit more fancy, like doing your acrylic nails if you're into that, or doing a face mask, or doing your makeup if that makes you happy, or reading a book that you've had on your TBR for the longest time. Whatever it is, it's dependent. It depends on your personality and like what you value, what you find interesting. So be free to personalize as much as you want. For that one, I usually do 1 to 3 things because sometimes some days I don't have that much time for myself. Depends on what you work at. So 1 to 3. Then we have a backlog corner. The quantity is infinity, which means you can fit in as many as you need to. And if you run out of space, have a backlog journal where you can run off the rest. I have a backlog journal. This is literally just a journal for me to write down the things my brain tells me I need to do. Remember to do that. So it's just an infinite list of tasks that are still pending. And of course I can't do it all in one day, so I have it in a backlog, and then the next day I can look at it and be like, okay, what can I work on today? Or what have I completed already, but I wasn't even sure that I completed it until I opened this. Okay, and the great thing about sticky notes, you can recycle them at the end of the day and just throw them out. You can strike it out, which gives you a little bit of dopamine, and you can just throw it out at the end of the day. So you never have to look at that annoying list again. You can start over again tomorrow. I said again like 5 times already. I'm